this is worthy of an upload as it pertains to Kyle Rittenhouse and our terrible jury system. Remember that only like 1 or 2% of people convicted are before juries. It's, you know, it's actually quite rare. They know it's a bullshit system in which non-qualified people come in and 5 hours later are listening to highly detailed things in which they're not qualified. Shit. Oh, brother. Sorry about that. But anyway, this is how the system actually can benefit us by jury nullification. And it doesn't have to just be nullification by the jury. It could be nullification by judges or whoever. Okay, now these comments are based on me being from Spokane. This stuff pops up on my screen, and so I do see it. Kevin Coe was an exceptionally violent rapist in Spokane on the south side. So as far as jury nullification, that the trials are held, and usually they go through with the, you know, how the jury decides, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't. So this is an example, like legal scholars may not even know about this case, that Kevin Coe was convicted, and his time was 25 years. And so I mentioned it off and on over the years to people, and I said his time was 25 years, but they just simply kept him. They don't give a damn what his time was that he was given, because he should be locked up forever. And so the system does that. That is exactly what they do, and is almost always for the benefit of the people, where they overrule juries and sentences, and if a person deserves to be locked up forever, whether it's Charles Manson or whoever, they are. They are. Now, why did they not throw out OJ Simpson verdict? Simple. He was acquitted. Everybody knew it was bullshit, but he was acquitted. It's quite different if the person is found guilty. The system can do with them what they want. So first of all, my opinion on Kevin Coe, not that it matters, but no, it's the best thing they ever did. That monster should never see the light of day again. A friend of mine, one of the family was one of his victims. And no, this is how the system can work for us. Let me click on this.
Tossed out all of his convictions because the victims had all undergone hypnosis to try to retrieve some of the information. Coe was released on bail a year before the new proceeding, where he was retried on the 4 counts of which he'd been convicted, and he was convicted again of 3, and he was sentenced to life plus 55 years.
They overruled that.
His appeal of the new convictions also made it all the way to the Washington Supreme Court, which in 1985 overturned 2 and upheld 1. And that one case was where the accuser clearly saw his face during the attack, and so that...
Okay, so this is a classic case. Everyone knew he was guilty. So they're going to overrule the system. It don't matter about no jury. It don't matter about no nothing. They're going to keep him locked up forever, and that's what they did. Let me play a little bit more of this, and then I'll...
Then there'd be no need to hypnotize her. All of the rapes and the assaults he's suspected of being involved in are particularly violent. After reading all of the...
Exceptionally brutal. Exceptionally brutal. Okay, so let me go back. Here's Coe as he is now, a dying old man. Spokesman Review. My mother worked for the Spokesman Review and didn't know deeply personally Kevin Coe's father, but he was the boss of the place. But so I do have a connection with it. But anyway, here he is.
of him.
Could you please state your full name and spell both
A
your first
dying
and
old
last
man,
name?
he still won't come clean.
Legal name 78,
Then when did you leave that address?
July 1st.
And so
79.
just be aware that the system just simply kept him. They don't care about no system. In a case like this, he needs to be kept forever. And that is what they did. And even at work, if it got discussed, I would tell people, no, his time was up after 25 years, but they just simply kept him forever. A good thing, good thing. When he dies, there will be street fairs, free hot dogs, free carousel rides, free bus rides for a week because of the celebration. So anyway, there you go. The system is not necessarily what people think. If the person deserves to be locked up forever, they can do it. Now, how does it relate to Kyle Rittenhouse? Okay, do you realize that Kyle Rittenhouse, if he's convicted, which he won't be, but if he is, do you realize it is a mandatory sentence of life in prison? Okay, so do you think the system is going to do that? No way. No way. They will just simply throw it out. They'll just simply throw the case out. Or if he goes in mandatory life in prison, what? You think he's going to spend his life in prison? No way. The system will just simply overrule it and he'll be out in a couple of years. So there's jury nullification where the jury, like with OJ Simpson, said, okay, we're going to get even. We know he's guilty, but we're going to get even for the injustice done to blacks. That's called jury nullification. And so they go, set him free, set him free. All it takes is one person, and the person goes free. Person goes free. Another example of our failed bullshit jury system, in that you have 12 people, and even one single person can lock up the jury and the person goes free. But anyway, that's my point. That most people don't believe it when I tell them, no, they just kept him. They kept him forever. And he's dying in prison. So this case, now let me go back even one more on jury nullification. There's Young, a little bit older, and there he is dying.
Jury hero, saving good people from bad laws.
Notice what he said? Jury nullification, saving good people from bad laws. In other words, we have a bullshit system. And so if a bad decision is made, or the jury can just simply go by what they think and go, we know we're being lied to. We're now being lied to by both sides. Ignore it. If the person needs to be set free, they don't give a damn about no evidence. They're going to set the person free. If they know the person is guilty, they're going to hang the person. It don't make no difference about evidence, this, that, the other thing. You get in there in the jury room, no, if the person is guilty and deserves to be sent away forever, that is what the jury will do. They don't have to go by evidence and bullshit when they know they're being lied to, that a bunch of unqualified people know they're being brainwashed and lied to. So they can decide what they want. That's called jury nullification. It's also illegal to even discuss it, as this person points out. That when you go in on a jury, if you know the person is guilty, they most certainly do send the person to prison.